drop this on you real quick, and it's going and it ought to make you think. If you die physically before you're made alive spiritually, you will be dead eternally. If you die physically before you've been made alive spiritually, you will be dead eternally. So in order to avoid being dead eternally, you've got to have what's called a redemptive death. That's death to sin. Now, Paul said the reason we don't practice sin is because we died to sin, and now he's going to explain how a man dies to sin. Watch this. If you look at verse 18, he says you've been made free from sin. Verse 2 says dead to sin. Those are synonymous. When I die to sin is then that I've been made free from, and y'all follow what I'm saying. All right, you're free from sin when you die to sin. When you die to sin, you're made free from sin. Synonymous terms. So the way Paul explains dying to sin is how a man is made free from sin. Watch him explain it. Verse number 3. He's going to give it to you exactly how it happens. Know ye not? So many of us, as were baptized into Christ, were baptized into his death. So what we got is, you died to sin. How? Didn't you know? When you were baptized into Christ, you were baptized into death. In other words, the way you die to sin is when you experienced baptism. Baptism is the act by which man dies to sin. A man does not die to sin until he's been baptized. Y'all following what I'm saying? And this baptism puts you into Christ. Now why is that important? Because of what's in Christ. All spiritual blessings are in Christ Jesus. Grace is in Christ Jesus. Salvation is in Christ Jesus. And if a man does not get in Christ, he cannot have any of those spiritual blessings. There's not one person outside of Christ that's spiritually blessed. I said there's not one person outside of Christ that's spiritually blessed. Now they may have a car, but that ain't no spiritual blessing. That ain't no spiritual blessing. And I may get to that later this week. Because see, a spiritual blessing is that which pertains to your soul salvation. See, just because you got a nice house don't mean you spiritually blessed. See, the beauty of being a Christian is I can be physically broke and spiritually rich. That's been my praise. Because even when the recession hits the church and when folks start losing things, I don't lose my praise because my praise is wrapped up in spiritual blessing. So you've got to understand, you got to get in Christ, and you only get in by being baptized.